And so next we're gonna go to Maxwell.
Yeah, I'm Maxwell. I go to Bucknell and I was an intern. Well, I was a remote intern at St. Joseph's Carpenter Society, which is based in Camden, New Jersey. And basically it's a nonprofit that deals with housing equity. I mean in Camden. And since I was remote, I mean I didn't get to experience it firsthand. I did just a lot of like plugging in data analysis and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean I thought it was pretty fun. Like even though I wasn't able to be there in person, like I still got to like talk to some of the people working there, and it was really interesting. Um, yeah, and so similar to like the last point, my parents' background, especially my dad's side, because like he had immigrated here from Taiwan, so like he had moved around a lot, and like just looking at his path of where the places he lived, it kind of like reflects the stuff that I was kind of dealing with and like looking at in this internship, like seeing like how divided different areas are based on like wealth. And I mean, it's pretty sad to see. And I'm sure I would like probably feel the effects a lot more if it was in person. Because for me, I was just like looking at numbers on a spreadsheet. Um, but yeah, I think for a remote internship, I learned a lot, and just understanding like the effects of poverty, like how it's tied to housing and how housing also kind of determines like your resources or lack of resources. And what one big like project that I was working on was like looking at all the foreclosure rates in like different neighborhoods. And it was really obvious to tell like which areas were struggling to like continue to pay off their mortgages and which ones were like fine and able to have like when there were transactions between buyers and sellers, it was really clear to see who was selling it to other people directly and who had to foreclose it and then had another separate company sell the houses. And I mean, so the foreclosures are obviously something we were trying to avoid because St. Joseph Carpenter Society, like at first, I think in the early 2000s and the 90s too, like they were selling the houses, which worked out fine. But then over time, like they were seeing a decrease in the amount of people that were like living there, and you didn't know how to control that. So that's what I was like trying to keep track of. But yeah, it was a really interesting experience.
Thanks for sharing. And I appreciate both you and Sophie also sharing a little about your own personal experience too and how that has tied into your experience as well. And so thank you for that.